What led to the fall of Rome? By Bad Teachers, the education subsidiary of Bad Videos Corp. So why did Rome fall? The short answer? No toilet paper. But as a respectable scholar I'm sure you are, you want to see the long answer. It also starts with toilet paper, and more importantly, how it was made commercially available in 1857. Now because of this, the Roman Empire has no toilet paper as it fell in 1856. So, Romans resort to using other materials such as clothing, housing, leaves, slaves, and money. By using clothing, they eventually ran out. And by using parts of their houses, Romans ended up having no shelter. With no clothes and no houses, they shivered to death. Similarly, by using the leaves from their crops, they were left with no food and starved to death. However, the use of clothing, housing, and leaves only applied to the working class people. Rich landowners used slaves, which as you can guess, also led to no slaves. These rich landowners struggle as they depended on slaves for income. No income means they can't buy anything and as a result also die. Finally, there's money, the last and most consequential material that the Romans used for toilet paper. It becomes worthless and loses value. So there's no tax revenue because citizens can't pay taxes and the IRS takes them. The other effect of worthless money is that the government couldn't afford to pay the army, so they hired mercenaries for much cheaper. But eventually they couldn't afford them either as more people used money for toilet paper. The mercenaries revolt and sacked Rome as it was the capital of the empire and the government hoarded toilet paper material there. That brings me to the last effect of the Romans resorting to using other materials. Corrupt government officials hoarding materials for themselves. Materials such as rabbits, crowns and scepters, and other government officials. One rabbit escapes and tells the citizens about these injustices. With this information, people revolt and sack Rome with the mercenaries. Now we backtrack a little to how the Roman Empire had no toilet paper. It was especially hard on the president of the empire, who couldn't find anything worthy enough to wipe his dignified derriere. So he gets an infection from his fecal bacteria and dies. The last effect of having no toilet paper in the Roman Empire is that obviously they needed to gather the other materials. They take longer to use the bathroom as the gathering is a time-consuming process. And while the Romans were distracted, the white Huns were able to invade. Now it seems like there's no people and no hope left for the Roman Empire, but actually there was one man left. Bob. He survived because he didn't wipe with any toilet paper material, but instead used something called a rubbing tree. He became the new ruler and renamed the Roman Empire to the Byzantine Empire after his favorite animal, the sneaky eagle. I hope you learned a lot from this video. Stay tuned for the next one. How many grabber rags does it take to dry the earth?